Find today's ingredient list and recipes at www.qualitystreetcatering.com under the Viva l'Italia tab.
Okay, hello, I am Chef Vincenzo again, and you're watching Viva l'Italia at Quality Street Catering in Leonardtown. And we are in the middle of making fresh pasta. When we left off, I was using this motorized engine, but I also wanted to show you this lovely little gadget. If you don't have one of these at home, you can get yourself one of these. It's, of course, a lot less expensive. Very sturdy machines. These will last a lifetime. They're stainless steel, and they're super low tech and very efficient to make pasta. So here I am. I'm doing the same I was doing there. I'm just rolling my pasta through this to knead it in a way. And you might notice already, you see this is the dough that we had earlier. And this is the dough that's been kneaded. What's the difference? You can tell right away, this is almost lighter in color. Yeah, it's a lot smoother, right? So that's what you want. That's when you start getting, you're more or less at the right spot. So I would say this is probably ready to go, but as you can tell, the shape is a bit odd, and also it's very thick. You usually don't want pasta to be that thick. So what you do is, the next step is bring these have settings, both these and these have settings, so you can bring it close, the rolling pins closer together, so you'll get a thinner dough. So this usually starts with 1 and then it gets thinner and thinner. So I'm going to try setting it on 2 and running my dough through it. Whoops. And that's already better, and you see again, it's even smoother now, lighter in color. Okay, so I'm folding it because I'm trying now at this point to get a proper shape, proper length, and the shape that will fit straight into here, directly well into here. So we're getting there. As you can see, this is almost well. And it's still a little bit thick for my taste. Right. So I will put it to 3, setting number 3, and see where that gets us.
Vincenzo, so with the different settings, you would select those for different pastas?
Yes, let's say, you know, like you have angel hair and regular spaghetti and fettuccine. Those are very different thickness, right? So they tend better to different recipes depending on the thickness, blah, blah, blah. Now, I would say, though, I would advise that no matter how thin you go with your fresh pasta, a lot of people like very thin pasta, like angel hair. Right. You don't want to go way too thin, because what will happen is, first of all, it'll probably stick together. It's too thin. It'll be hard to take apart. And then it might break, and it might just break apart in the water when you go to boil it. So thin is good, but don't overdo it. Like I don't think I've ever used this machine on the thinnest setting, ever. I don't know what that setting is there for. So here we go. We're on number 3 now. And as you can see, we have a proper shape. We're getting there.
It's looking good.
It's looking beautiful, right? Can you tell already the difference?
Yes.
How smooth it is? Look at how much has changed just by kneading it. Okay, so at this point, more or less, we can cut our pasta. Now, this hand crank machine has 2 different settings. I can show maybe here. You see, this is a wider pasta. This is a thinner pasta. Okay. So right now, we decided how thick our pasta was going to be. Now we're going to decide how wide the strands of pasta are going to be. So this width is probably closer to a fettuccine, where this is very thin. It's almost like an angel hair. And for our recipe, fettuccine size is just fine. So here we go. I'll show you. I want to show you how it comes through here too. So I'll use a little bit in there and a little bit in here. So here we go. We feed it through. And ta-da! Fresh pasta. Pasta fresca. Buonissimo. But you can even do it here with a motorized. Feed it through, and you have the same result. Your fresh pasta. If it's the right length, you're happy. If they're too long, of course, you can cut them. So now, this pasta, as you can see, we didn't use any water. So it's probably, the texture is just perfect. We probably don't have to worry too much that it will stick together. If you do add some water, if you have a feeling that your pasta is sticking together, you want to break it apart, take it out, lay it out on some flour, and maybe let it dry a little bit. The other way around, though, if you're afraid your pasta is too dry, it'll start cracking. So if it's too dry, you want to rush and cook it. You want to cook it as soon as possible, otherwise it'll start cracking. But this is just perfect. The chef is just so good. I mean, compliments to the chef.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, enough of that. But now with this beautiful fresh pasta, we will make a very simple and delicious recipe, which you might have had already during our past cooking lessons, which is fresh pasta with smoked salmon and peas. And the ingredients that go in here are, again, smoked salmon, which we chop up into small bits, some sweet small spring peas, which also, if we're out of season, frozen are just as good. And if you do use the frozen ones, you can put them in the pan as is, frozen. You don't need to defrost them first. And here I cut some shallots, finely chopped. You can use an onion too. A shallot is very sweet. A little bit of butter and some olive oil, parsley, Parmesan cheese, and then there's optional. You could substitute the butter with oil, absolutely, both just as good. And another option is adding some cream at the end of the recipe, which makes it a lot tastier. Of course, a lot of people try to keep away from cream, so that's why I say it's an option. You don't have to use it. So there we go. We take our ingredients. We take a pan, put it on a medium to medium-high flame. Should we use oil today instead of butter?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. We will. Another thing I do is sometimes I use a little bit of oil to start the recipe, and then I finish it up with butter. Butter burns and tends not to be so.
About that, because I read about mixing them together.
Yes, so it's fine. I use the oil to saute the shallots, and then when the recipe is ahead, we can mix the butter in it. So we take the shallots, we make them blonde a little bit. We don't want them to get dark, so just blonde. And when that's ready, when those are nice and blonde, we add the salmon and the peas. And that's all it takes. And we will be back. Will we? Yes, we will be back in a few minutes. Ciao, Viva l'Italia!
Viva l'Italia is brought to you in part by the Beschi Company, www.beschi.com.
Furnace broken? Don't fix it. Replace it with a state-of-the-art Train all-natural gas furnace from the Beschi Company. Train all-natural gas furnaces combine the comfort of reliable heat with fuel and cost efficiency. Precision temperature control ensures that your physical comfort and financial comfort are maximized. Whether your old furnace is still limping along or completely died, call the Beschi Company for an all-new natural gas Train furnace. We'll keep you cozy.
Wusthof. Booze. KitchenAid. All-Clad. ScanPan. Brands that make a difference in your kitchen. Available at Quality Street in historic Leonardtown.
The weather may be cold, but the prices are hot during the winter clearance sale at Team Hyundai. Your chance to own a new Hyundai for thousands less than you thought possible. Get an all-new Hyundai Sonata just $18,997 or choose 2.9% financing for 60 months. Or the hot new Elantra, only $14,987. Plus, every Team Hyundai vehicle comes with our exclusive lifetime warranty. Get to the winter clearance sale going on right now, only at Team Hyundai in Lexington Park.
For my engagement, I got a diamond from Blair's Jewelry and Gifts. Oh, there's so much there. For my wedding, I received Wilton Armitel serveware. Blair's has all of that. And our kitchen is just stocked with Paula Deen cookware. You know how I love to cook. I can't wait to go back to Blair's and find more things for my house. And for the next special occasion, I'd love some more diamonds. Blair's Jewelry and Gifts on Route 235 in California.
Viva l'Italia at Quality Street is presented by Toyota of Southern Maryland, the area's only four-time winner of Toyota's prestigious President's Award.
Okay, welcome back. We're just wrapping up our show. We have some great recipe today. And so I was showing you how to make the fresh pasta with salmon and peas, remember? So here we are. Now the shallots are reaching that nice color. They're like dark blonde. At this point, we can add the salmon and our peas. And there's really not much more to it than this, other than letting it simmer for a couple of minutes, letting all the ingredients mix together well. You might want to also add some cream. And if you do want to add some cream, this is probably the right time. And I just to show you, I will. I'll add a little bit of cream. And we will just let the cream reduce and all the ingredients cook together. Meanwhile, we have a big pasta bowl with boiling water that we will be cooking our pasta in. Now, this homemade fresh egg pasta does not have to be al dente. Are you shocked?
Yes.
Yes. Usually, durum wheat pasta that you buy in the store has to be al dente. This kind of pasta will never be al dente. It's not supposed to be al dente. It cooks in no time, and it's very soft and beautiful. So you don't want to overcook it, of course. You don't want to melt in the water. Leave it there for an hour. But really, all you have to wait for is throw it in the water. Make sure the water is boiling, really boiling. Put it in there and wait for it to float again, and it's ready. And this will probably happen within a minute and a half, not much longer than that, if your water is boiling properly. And so this is pre-salted water. I put some salt in there.
So Vincenzo, that's
yes.
how we know it's finished, when the pasta floats
Yes,
to the top?
it'll start surfacing, and when all the pasta surface, there's nothing more at the bottom, you're pretty safe that this pasta is cooked. If you want, you can wait for it all to surface, or all of it to surface, and then just wait 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and you can drain it. So here we are. The pasta is all boiling. It's all boiling. That's not what I wanted to say. It's all floating. So we're ready for it. So I'm going to just drain this pasta out.
And do you put it right in the other pan?
Yes, you can. You want to mix it now, toss it with the sauce. So the sauce is ready. The cream has reduced. Everything is wonderfully mixed. We add our fresh pasta. Toss it around a little bit. And ecco fatto. It's ready. You don't need much more than that.
Delicious.
It
Doesn't
is.
it, Donna?
Yes. Okay, and if we have some plates, we will actually taste some. All right?
Okay.
Mamma mia. Not only it smells good, it also looks delicious, doesn't it?
It does.
All the different colors, the pink and the green. So we normally, we can put some Parmesan cheese on this. Now in Italy, we usually don't put any cheese on any fish products. It's considered almost like something obscene. Although there are exceptions. If you're cooking your seafood with some kind of dairy product, in our case we use butter and cream, in that case then you are allowed, according to tradition, to put Parmesan, so we will. But you try and get a spaghetti and vongole in Italy and ask the waiter for Parmigiano cheese to put on top, he will probably throw you out of the restaurant or something like that. It's considered very bad, very, very bad. Of course, we do as we like. We don't care. But there's the Parmesan cheese and a little bit of parsley and pepper.
It's beautiful, Vincenzo.
Mm?
Ooh. Yeah, the
Okay.
colors are beautiful.
All right, there you go. Buon appetito.
Thank you.
And how is it? Now, these last few seconds that we have, I wanted to show you something else. Remember how last week I showed you how to make limoncello lemon liqueur? I just wanted to say that you can make another wonderful liquor with strawberries. It's basically the same idea. You take some strawberries, you put them in a mason jar with grain alcohol. You put the sugar, you mix it, you wait for a week, 10 days, and that's it. You strain the strawberries and your liquor is ready. We will give you the exact recipe. As you can notice, these strawberries, after being in this alcohol for a little while, they've become completely white. They lost all their flavor, all their aroma, all their color too, and everything is in the liquor. So this, just like limoncello, this lives in your freezer. You drink it very cold. And it's even easier to make than limoncello probably, and very delicious. So here we go. Cin cin.
Salute.
Salute. Viva l'Italia.
Delicioso.
Buono, eh? I know. Grazie, arrivederci. We're out of time now. Did you have a good time, class?
Fabulous.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
Right answer. And thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time here on Viva l'Italia. Ciao.